Sergio, welcome to F.A.C.E. I'm going to make you the presenter. Looking forward to hearing your voice and having you share your screen with us. F.A.C.E., welcome Sergio Camara.
Hello.
Hi Sergio, nice to meet you.
Nice to be here.
I really appreciate you taking time out of a very slow day.
No, I really appreciate people here waiting for me to hear me. What can I say?
Yeah, so you're going to do great, and I noticed your handle has DiNapoli in it.
Yes.
So I'm assuming that's your methodology. That
No, not at all. No.
Not at all. Okay, so wrong assumption. That's what assumptions are. So you know, we assume in the market sometimes too. So why don't you tell us about how it began for you, how you ended up in the industry as a trader? Did you have mentors, books? What influenced you? Kind of tell us what it was for you breaking into a pretty difficult endeavor.
Yes, well, everything started around 1994. Around that year, when I was in university, a couple of friends were here in TV and radio about the news, the stocks going up, going down. So we decided to put some money on the stocks in Spain. And that's where I started. Normally, I started with trading cheap stocks, like penny stocks, because we thought they were going to have much more potential.
Right.
But time tells you that's a big mistake, because something that's low probably is going to go lower. So
your first foray into the markets was you learned the word, the definition of dilution.
Yes, totally. At the beginning,
because
you always have
I'm glad you brought it up, because you know there are some home run balls and penny stocks, but to our viewers, having, you know, I've worn many hats in my career. Investor relations was one of them, and you have to realize when you buy a small public company, just like the Fed, their stock is their currency. And if they need to hire somebody, they give them paper. If they need to promote the stock, they give them paper. If they need to, so there's always secondary, tertiary, always more paper on the market to fight through. So buyer beware on that. Okay, so we know how that turned out. What happened after penny stocks?
No, after all, you start learning that what you can read on internet, on webs, on forums. You don't have to believe in what people say. So you become.
Yes. So you also learn discernment is another word to be able to discern between the height
of a person what's talking, his time frame, how much capital they have. So the only way to stay on the market is to learn by yourself. It's going to take you years, decades, whatever. But at the end, you can realize how things are, or how the market is moving by thinking yourself.
So how many years did it take you to make a breakthrough into being a profitable trader?
Oh, how many years?
Yeah, you started in 94.
No, I say about 10 years, more or less.
10, okay. It could take that long.
Yeah, because there was time I couldn't, there was 3 or 4 years I couldn't follow much the markets. Right. After all, you keep studying new methodology, like in my case was Elliott wave, and you keep learning, practicing the things you learned before, the things you try to learn how they work. So everything takes a lot of time.
Yes.
People think that they're going to get to the market and be profit in a couple of years. So that's totally.
Yeah, you're a warrior. You know, a lot of people are not able to persevere after that amount of time. So kudos to you on being able to, you know, be a rider in the storm and come out the other side, Sergio. So, all right. So you gravitated towards Elliott. You had. Did you read Prechter's book or Glenn Neely?
Yeah, I read Prechter. I read a lot of Plus, I made internet courses with Jody Samuels, Todd Gordon. I also,
Rega Horvat.
yeah, of course, I follow him on Twitter. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But at the end, you can get the methodology, but after you have to make it yourself, like you have to understand it much more than the simple methodology could be. You have to assume how that methodology can work with you and how the time frame is going to be better for you to trade.
Okay. Well, I see we're looking at a daily on the Euro USD here. So
Yes.
do you go to longer term time frames besides daily to have biases and counts and then drill down in time? Or
Yeah, that's very important. Yeah, you have to start in the longer term. In this case, monthly.
Okay.
I have the count, but at the end, you have to get the longer term count, and after go to the weekly or to the daily or to the 4 hours until you find a trigger that makes your analysis go to the market and trade.
Okay. So it's one thing. Go ahead.
No, it's a long process. It's not only going to the monthly chart, because in the monthly chart, we could assume that in a big, how you say, in a big channel. Let's see, I open this. See, in a big descending channel, you can see around here.
Yes. Nice.
But for me to trade, I don't need. I need that the bias is down right now in the monthly chart. But at the end, I have to go to the weekly and to the daily chart to trade. Let's take out this chart. In the monthly chart, for example, for me, one of the methodologies that helped me quite a lot is using the moving averages.
Okay, interesting.
Moving averages help me to know that the trend is down or up just in an instant. I watch the screen here in the monthly chart. We see that we are above the monthly moving average. So
what are what moving averages? The gray line, and you also have it looks like 2 gray lines and 1 blue line.
The gray lines are the more important. Normally I use
and what are they? 200 day?
No, 169.
How did you come up with that? Is that a fib number for you?
That's a fib number. I learned it from a course, and the important thing is I make those moving average. They are the 169 high and the 169 low, so it makes a channel.
Oh, okay. So the 2 gray moving averages are actually a channel.
Yeah.
Okay. And what's the blue one there?
I think the blue. Let's see, 200.
Okay. So that's what you want to know what everyone else is watching too.
Exactly.
So
200 we all know is very important, especially in the daily charts.
Okay. So interesting analytician using moving averages. That's kind of a twist that I normally don't see. Most of them trade naked. So I also see you're using something called an awesome oscillator.
Yeah, that is
kind of similar to a MACD.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. And is that your trigger?
No,
or
the trigger.
A guide?
That's the guide. The trigger is always price.
Okay, beautiful.
The price, okay. And in this case, for example, let's go to a 4-hour chart. Let's see, 4-hour chart. We see that in the, let's see, we could see, but my idea is we are in the descending channel. So if we are in the descending channel, the price is, I have to be in a low bias. But when the moment, it was on Friday, or when they went up, the descending channel, the top border.
As soon as it squeezed, everyone who thought that was a head and shoulders top, the picture changed, right?
Right.
Once we got, remember everyone was saying head and shoulders, and it ended up being a 4 down there for you. Okay,
so for me, from that point, I have to be a buyer.
Yeah.
because it's
Okay.
above the 4-hour moving average, is above the upper border of the trend line of the technique. So everything I have to be thinking, and also we see there's a 5 move in the C wave. So
okay, so let me ask you. Let me ask you a question though. So you have a bullish bias here. I
Yes.
assume you're using this pullback to look for long positions. So
Exactly.
I also see your invalidation point at 115.54-ish. Is that where your stop is under the low of C and 4?
Yes.
If you buy it here. So you have to give it like a couple of average trading ranges. What kind of leverage would you use risking that amount of pips?
No, that important thing is I trade the 4-hour chart to get me the confirmation, but at the end I trade in lower time frames, so I can get more better price, better risk reward ratio.
Okay, so let's imagine we're all flat euro right now.
Yeah.
And you're my mentor, okay? And I'm saying, Sergio, I see your wave count. How do you suggest I position myself, and what would be my risk? What kind of entry should I be looking for to participate in the upside in euro? How would you mentor me?
Okay, now we are in a 4-hour chart.
Okay.
We can see there's make an entry here above the channel and the same candle above the upper border trend line.
Okay.
So now we are going down. This is the key moment. We have to decide how much and what is the could be the support zone for the trade. Now we go to 1-hour chart. Our chart. Let's see if we can get a little bit clear around here. In the 1-hour chart, we see also there's a descending channel.
Yes.
We also see there could be an ABC, a flat, a zigzag. It's not important the name. It's important the how the structure is moving from up to down, channeling, and after moving up.
Okay, so it's there's nothing impulsive about this decline. It overlaps.
Exactly.
It's choppy. It's correcting its overbought condition more in time than price.
Exactly. That's why I have a lot of here. You put Fibonacci support zone because there I have a lot of confluence in this area because there is the 38 and the 23.6.
Okay.
As you can see of the all the upper move. So that's a support zone. This is a resistance zone. So here, let's see, put it a little bit bigger.
So you talk about, so we have some zones in mind, and you talk about price action is really the key. It's the arbiter. So would you wait for some of these bid numbers for entries and then see what kind of reaction you get off it? Like, would you look for a reversal candle?
Exactly. You always have to wait for a reversal. Always have to wait until the market tells you that the turn is moving up. Of course, sometimes the market is going to make a fake and you're going to, your stop loss is going to be triggered. But for me, in this case, I have to realize that this is the area to buy. Am I going to buy in this area? No, because I never know if the price is going down or even down. For me, this is the area to buy. But at the end, I have to wait the price to move higher. In this case, for example, we can wait the price to move up higher than B. In this case, 170.65. Around this area, we could be thinking that the price is moving up.
Interesting. Okay. So that's something that Elliot doesn't teach you. That's something you teach yourself. So you would rather be late and give up the first 150 pips on a trade and have confirmation that it's becoming directional with a breakout.
Yeah, when I do that, normally I have I'm much more profitable. But sometimes one of my errors still is to try to be too anxious. I will be thinking of buying in this area or even in this area, but that's a mistake I have to keep telling and teaching myself not to do, because that's an error. Although I know I can think price is going down and it could stop in this area, I should have to wait to see the prices moving above B.
Right.
And above B, if we trigger also the upper trend line.
It's hard to do when you have confidence in account.
Yeah.
You want to have the edge. You don't want to be chasing a rally, so you try and probe something in an area that may or may not hold. It takes a lot of self-control.
Yeah, that's the important thing. For me, it's much more important psychology that even the learning of how to trade or how to learn a methodology.
Okay. So do you have another currency pair you'd like to share with F.A.C.E today?
Yeah, sure. For example, the EuroCAD.
Okay.
The EuroCAD in this 1 week, I think let's go to mainly. Let's see. Here is my Elliott weight count. It's not, for me, it's not as important, the Elliott weight count, as the confirmation of the price. Because at the end, people could think a 3 is here, or a 3 is here, or a 3 is here, whatever. But at the end, I have to trade when prices are moving higher or when prices are moving lower.
Okay, so it looks like you won't get long until, would you use a buy stop to enter a trade, put a buy stop in above the market and put in an order, buy, one lot at 52.85, stop. You use buy stops to enter and sell stops to enter trades?
Yeah, this is my general idea in 1 week. After I go to the daily chart. Let's see, daily chart. One of the things I have learned that they are quite important, for me at least, and I'm looking very much, is, for example, try to follow always when the pivot point monthly is going to be. Because most of the time, there are resistance and support areas. And about around 75, 80% of the months, each pair touch his pivot point.
Okay, so what do the green and magenta boxes represent? Are they fib levels or pivot points or what?
Yeah, they are pivot levels.
Okay.
But the important one is the black one.
You're looking left for those.
Yes. Let's see. For example, this is the daily chart. You can see prices here make a higher, more than here. So we have the idea that the prices are going up. The moving average are up in 1 day. Let's see the 4-hour chart. In the 4-hour chart, moving average is also up. The 200 is also up. So I have to be thinking this pair to be a buyer.
Okay. Are you going to, and you'll buy it on strength, or would you? And you have to avoid the temptation to buy a pullback to your moving averages.
Yeah, but sometimes you have to know that moving average, they also act as dynamic support area or dynamic resistance area.
I like that, dynamic. That means that you get rejections from those areas.
Yeah, exactly.
Good price movement from
that. You can see in this area, have been resistance here, have been resistance here. And you can see this area. You can see not only you have to follow one idea, you have to get, for me at least, a confluence of ideas. And when I get a trade, I decide that this pair, for example, I think is going up. I use the moving average as one of my confirmations if I'm right or if I'm wrong.
Okay.
And so help me to establish the right stop area.
Okay. So I went to your website, nice website. I'm sorry, I'm like most ugly Americans. I only know English, but it looks like if you'd like to show it, that why don't you tell us a little bit about what you do? And looks like you have
This is
webinars and a
website
trading
from Francia.
room.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's and I
Yeah.
even have a blog in this website when I normally talk about the Spanish index, IBEX, gold,
Okay.
S&P,
Okay.
and Euro USD. Try to talk in general ideas to the non-professional public, know where to establish how the market can go in the following weeks or following week.
Okay. So you have both a blog and a website.
No, that's a blog. I have a blog.
Oh, okay. Because I thought it took me to a website where you had.
No, this the count I have of the Spanish index,
Okay.
and is the main index I follow because I think that for Spanish people it will be more helpful them to see how the index is going to do, and
Looks
after
like
they have,
looks like
they
you're
can
bullish IBEX here, huh?
yeah,
When was this post made?
this post on Sunday. I normally do it
Okay.
every Sunday.
Okay.
Every Sunday, and I've been following the IBEX, for example. See, this was my account in 2012. As you can see,
Okay, and you think we're in a bull market till 2022?
yeah, and after
Okay, and that includes well, it looks like we might have a interruption of the trend at the beginning of next year. Are you looking for?
Absolutely. I think
Okay.
that the trend is going to change soon, but
Okay.
you never know how things crazy can go in the upside or in the downside.
Right.
But
So you're looking for some risk off starting when?
No,
2018, beginning of 2018?
2018, 2019, but at the end, for example, let's see the S&P. If I see the S&P, I could see the count going higher and higher and higher. I don't care how higher it can be. But important thing for me, you cannot be short in the S&P right now because the prices are moving up. I could be thinking in that the trend is going to change. Let's see weekly. Let's see the Oscillator. There is a divergence here. Okay, I could be thinking, oh, this is going to be the end. I don't know if it's going to be the end. The prices are moving up, so my perspective, my follow through have to be bullish. Until when? Until we have a clear change of the trend. And that's not going to happen the next month or in 3 months' time. It's going to take much more time.
Okay. Until 2022 or before then?
Ooh, I will say before that.
Okay.
I will say before that.
Okay, because I saw your IBEX chart. I know some other Ellioticians that made calls like for 2,700 by year end and then a 30% correction, back to 2,100 into the spring.
Yeah, it could get higher and higher. We never know. It's like prices are going down.
It's like a rubber band, right? You never know how far you can stretch it.
For me, one of the things that help me are the moving average. If the moving average are going up, I don't have to think anything more. Prices are going up.
Nice.
After I could use the moving average as an area, as you can see here, to get in a bullish setup or in an hour chart. As you can see, from September, all the prices in the S&P have been above the 4-hour moving average.
Yeah.
Here, the prices have been in the 4-hour moving average, have been as a support area.
Okay.
So I cannot be thinking in making short trades until the 4-hour moving average, for example, goes lower, and also the steep goes lower.
Okay.
So, until then, I have to be thinking.
Thanks for sharing multiple views with us on the world bourses. Sergio, it was really nice meeting you, and I encourage people to follow you. Do you have any kind of business model for people to consider subscribing, or is just
No,
your
I'm
free
I'm
blog?
just a normal personal trader for myself.
Okay,
I
beautiful.
like to trade. I like to analyze. I have been 22 years doing this, learning more techniques, learning how to control myself, be conscious of the trades I do. I just love trading. I must say, I love
Okay.
analyzing and watching
Okay.
charts. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter if it's gold, silver, USD, or Bitcoin. I love.
I think you love trading more than you love money.
No, we all love money because after we
But
do the money,
but you wouldn't do it. You're not just doing it for the money. You love it.
no, I love it.
Yeah. Okay.
I like to.
So
I
you
like
won't have to
to.
worry about, no one has to worry about early dementia, because this is a constant brain teaser every day, isn't it, Sergio? So
Yes.
we do work our minds every day, and it's great to meet you. No axe to grind. You could follow Sergio at Napoli75 on Twitter, and I wish you and your family and yours a great holiday season, a happy new year, Sergio, and may pips rain down on you and everyone you share your work with.
Thank you very much. A great pleasure to be with you, to talk to all the English people you have, and to you, your family and friends. A really happy Thanksgiving, because I
Thank
know
you.
that you in the US you celebrate, and it's very important for all of you.
Thank you so much, Sergio. You're now my trading warrior brother, like it or not.
Thank you very much.
All right,
Thank you
buddy.
very much, and keep doing this great job you do with F.A.C.E.
Thank you so much, Sergio. And thank you, F.A.C.E., and thank you, Nick and Steve and Blake, for all the analysis. We'll see you tomorrow for the end of the week. Thanksgiving Day tomorrow for us. We'll celebrate it. And remember, most of all, don't just count your pips. Be thankful for your blessings. And I'll see everyone tomorrow. Okay? Good hunting the rest of the day. See everyone in the chat room. You're welcome, Alina. Glad you enjoyed. Okay, see you, Barry.